Hello, welcome back to Rory's Workshop. Today we're working on the 90 again. It's still not running right. It's still not revving past 1300. Don't know why. Don't have time to mess about with it. So I'm going to take off the SU and the adapted exhaust manifold, and I'm going to replace it with Squid's old cylinder. Replace it with this new totally standard carburettor. So yeah, I don't know the condition of this, but this one's all bent up, and the previous owner accidentally hit it with a forklift truck, so this bit's missing and this is bent, and I probably could rebuild it, but I don't have time. So I'm going to clean the flanges, take off the clean the flanges up, clean up the inlet manifold, carb off, swap the carbs over, take them off the other end, and then see if it runs. We shall see. Start the time lapse. So whilst I'm here, I thought I'd best split the intake and exhaust manifolds because the gasket looks a little bit ropey. What do you guys think? Yeah, I thought so. Boom! That looks okay. Bit of a high spot there, but the gasket has disintegrated. It's like an exhaust side. Yes, I think that was probably a wise choice to change this. It's just falling to bits. So I think we can safely say that this one definitely needed changing. So I've cleaned it up. I should really clean the flange up, I suppose. Cleaned up the mater faces. They've come up okay. Bit of pitting, but bugger it. One problem I've found is this crack. Meow. Bugger. I don't know how deep it goes, so what I'm going to do is do this, clean it, knock off all the roof's loose stuff. I'm going to fill it with brake clean. I'm going to see if it comes out. Let me show you what's going on. Shazam! So just where's a good pointing stick? So just here, at the end of the screwdriver, is the opposite. Is the back end of the crack. So I've just filled that area with brake fluid, and yes. It was wet up here. Oh, well, it looks like I need a new exhaust manifold. Well, at least I found it now rather than after I built it all up. May have one in stock. Let me go and have a look. I'll see you in a sec. Quick catch up. It's been a short while. I've managed to remove the studs off of the old manifold down there, the old cracked one, which was a blessing in disguise because I don't think I'll be able to get the studs very quickly for how quick I need it. Tapped and run a tap down them, cleaned them all out, and now I've got a gasket. Let's go for that way, shall we? Cleaned all the threads on all, and then copper grease in the actual exhaust manifold itself, just in case it needs to come off in the future. Let's just sit down there properly. A little bit tight. Now we'll see if the inlet manifold fits. Cleaned up the maintenance surfaces on the inlet manifold. They clean up quite well, so hopefully this will just slot straight on. That was a lot easier than what I thought. So now I'm going to obviously put these 4 nuts on. We'll start looking at transferring, clean up the studs for the carb, get that mounted, and then I'll make a start on pulling off the old manifold and etc. Oh, I cleaned up the studs as well for the exhaust. Trying to do a decent enough job, so roll the time lapse and I'll catch with you in a minute. So now the time that you've all been waiting for. Oh. Ooh. Never touched by my hand before. Till now. Oh no, the lead is completely. What have we got here? It is a Weber 3236, I think. Oh, it's the proper one. It's the proper one, he says. So, ready, set, go. No. Down she goes. All the way, beauty. Now I've never had one of these, technically. So it's as new to me as it is to somebody else. What goes in there then? Goes right into the Venturi. Yeah, I've never had one of these. The 90s never had one of these fitted either. It's always been the HS6. So I'm going to have to change some bits to make it fit and work. Don't know about that one either. Welcome back to where the cars are. So I've started to take off all the linkages and everything. What I'm going to do now is undo the exhaust, get rid of that, and then I'll come back to removing inlet and exhaust manifolds. Get them gone, whip the new one on, and then we'll probably be about ready for me to do the other episode to go baling. Busy all day today, but good fun. Right, let's get this exhaust off. Right, now with that out of the way, we can slot this on. Actress said to the bishop. Good morning, it's the next day after baling, which went very well. So the carb is on, it's all bolted down. I've fitted the choke. It's okay, could be better, but I'm sure it'll be okay. But one thing I do have to change that I can't keep from the HS6 setup is the throttle cable. Because the end of the throttle cable for the HS6, well, it's battered anyway, it takes this type of connector into the carb. So, whereas the new Weber takes one of them. So it's a quick job to change. All it is disconnect it from this small grommet. There it is. And disconnect it from down here. And the top of the throttle cable, which is nice and easy. Take the pin out, take that out, and then get a spanner onto that. Can't remember what size it is, 17, I think, off the top of my head. We shall give that a go. 19. We'll go for a 19 then. I'll take the 18 just in case, because I'm not feeling 100% today. But I'm going to get this done. It wasn't 18. Now, yes, I could use a socket and what have you, but I'm not feeling the grubber love today. Well, that wasn't going to fall off. Faux show. There we go. And now it starts twisting, of course. Right, I'll put the camera down, I'll get this out. See you in a sec. New throttle cable's fitted, nice and tight. I'm just having a look to see where you raise and lower the idle and mixture screw, which is good. Looks like the idle's done down, yeah. A little bit different to the SU, but it's been a while since I've had a Weber fit to any of my cars. There's a solenoid here. I don't know if this is I think it's a fuel shut-off solenoid. I'm going to turn the ignition on, and I'm going to attempt to start it, and we'll see what happens. If it coughs or anything. Oh, I haven't done those nuts. I'll do that in a minute. Yeah, we'll see what happens really, because I have no idea what's going to happen. So let's give it a go. Hopefully I've left the keys in it. Oh, good. Right, there's the fuel. Make sure the fuel doesn't come whizzing out. Sounds about right. A little facet fuel pump. Try with some chalk on. Well, I don't think I need that solenoid connected up, which is good. Well, it fired up, so I'll fit the bottom of the exhaust properly. Get that on, get the airbox back on, fit the breather. I'm gonna have to block off this one because I don't know what it's meant to be connected to. But yeah, I'll catch up with you in a moment. So the exhaust blowing, I was wrong. The exhaust blowing was coming from here. You see how the gas is nice and flat here. It's raised here. This is where it was blowing. And I was thinking suspicion this inlet manifold isn't fitting square on this edge. The exhaust manifold. Again. Perfect. Right, I'm going to take off that gasket and start removing material, I suppose. Bloody hell. And we're on the healing bench. I say healing bench. I wouldn't call it that really, but hey. Let's put the light on and show you what's going on. So, this goes onto here like so. And then there's a hot plate. It's the gasket that goes in here, which is totally fine. However, you can sort of see I got the camera angle correct. Oh, look at that gap. And it's hitting along this front edge down here. I'll probably get so what I'm going to do, this doesn't look terribly flat anyway. What is it? Let's maybe go and see Mad Tav. So I'm going to get a ruler and see what's going on with it. It is flat. Alright, take out these four, and I'm going to get the grinder and just grind off this front lip to hopefully sink it down. Ay, ay, ay. So I'll show you what I've done. I've ground back. Take this out of the way for a moment. So I'll show you what I've done. I've ground back this lip. Caught down here a few times, but it's okay. So this lip doesn't catch now, but I'm also finding now that it's catching here and here. So I've ground this back a little bit, and it does seem to line up quite well. My only concern is what that's doing is that the inlet manifold's wanting to drop down, which I think when we put it onto the head may cause us some issues. You can see it's very close down there, and it's hitting. Well, it's not far off. I put two gaskets on it to raise it a bit, and also to help find a sealing surface. But I'm gonna carry on, shed some light on the issue. Shazam! I'm gonna carry on. This one doesn't seem too bad, but this one's hitting, so I'll take a little bit more off and then we'll try and chuck it back onto the car. I hope this works. Oh, so time for an update. It's back together. I lost the GoPro. I couldn't find it for love nor money, and I've just found it. What I ended up doing was taking it all off. The plate, so this manifold I used to have fitted to this engine many moons ago, but because of the ACR kit inlet manifold, it doesn't bolt onto this like the standard one is. So I made a plate to sit on top to blank off the exhaust so I could fit the inlet. But yeah, so anyway, the inlet manifold needed to be lifted because it wasn't sitting flush. So what I've decided to do was take the plate that I made, put the gasket underneath, fit that. So, a bit of an update. The GoPro's just died yet again, having 50% and just turned off. Bloody thing. Anyway, as you can see, it's all together. I'd mislaid the GoPro and I wanted to get on with it. So what I've done is, this plate here is one that I made a couple of years ago to use this exhaust manifold with the HS6 inlet and everything else. That's bent a little. Oh, maybe not. So I've mounted the plate with the gasket underneath, so that's a simple level surface. Then clamped the inlet manifold on, and then loosely fitted it all, tightened it all up so it seals. And thankfully, put the carb on, just tried it, got smoked out because all the copper grease that's in here and all the other schmoo. And let me run around here and start it up for you. Peg, calibrated peg, every 80s car should have one. Give it a squirt. I do need to raise the tick over a little bit. That should be fine. And this is the quietest it's ever run. Can't tell if that's blowing, I think it is, but to be honest I don't care. It's not enough to warrant anymore. This is all going to get pulled off for a tubular exhaust manifold, full exhaust system. And I'll have the HS6 rebuilt so we can throw that on as well. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it's taken me, where are we at? It's taken me 5 weeks to go full circle and be back to practically where I started. That's life, isn't it? It's just one of those things. So at least now it's running, it's driving. I'm going to fit the tow bar onto it because I've got the NATO hitch on it so it can be used for towing duties. I'm going to finish buttoning everything else up. I need to put a return line in for the overflow for the petrol because this has never had one. But we'll just have to see how that goes. So yeah, I'll do that, and now I need to start packing to go back to Saudi Arabia. Brilliant. But anyway, that's the end of this little short series. It wasn't meant to be as long as this. It was meant to be fitting the engine and driving around to the countryside, enjoying it. But alas, not the way. The engine, just over there still. I'm still undecided what I'm going to do with it. I am probably going to send it up to ACR so they can work on it whilst I'm away, and then I know it's right. Which is a bit of a shame, but for other things I have to rebuild another engine, which you'll definitely see here. So yeah, I'll end this one here. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Leave a comment below if you've enjoyed it, or if you want to know something more about my car, or any of the cars really. This will probably be the last video that I shoot in the UK, because I'm going to be fairly busy for the next few days, catching up with the last minute friends and what have you. So yeah, stay safe out there, take care, thanks for watching, bye now. God damn! Oh, back in my happy place.